Over the last couple years, I've dribbled past at least a few hundred defenders. Whether it's an aggressive one or the patient one, I've been able to get around all of them, and as a result, create chances for my team and sometimes score myself. If you want to become one of the best dribblers, then you have to identify what type of defender you're up against, and in doing so, your 1v1 win rate will skyrocket. This will not only help you enjoy your football more, but it will also impress scouts and any academies watching. And defenders, this guide will help you identify what type of defender you are, and in doing so, you can notice your weaknesses and then work on them. The first type of defender is the aggressive one, aka the defender that you think is bad, but you still struggle to beat. And to be honest, they are kind of bad because they're not defending in the proper way. They'll sprint at you at first choice, they'll dive in at second choice, and they're not really defending how a professional would. So why do you still struggle to beat them? You're trying to play like a professional attacker when you're not up against a professional defender. You see, most professional defenders will allow you to run at them, and then the way that the attacker beats them is they run at them, then they perform a skill move and they go around them. Whereas if you're up against a player who sprints at you, you obviously cannot do this, and it might be confusing. You might be wanting to run at them, but you just can't. And to be honest, I did the same thing. And it's even a mistake that you can make sometimes now. When you come up against, you're used to coming up against a proper defender, and then you get someone who just sprints at you. It's quite a strange feeling, but there are two methods in which you can beat them, and it's so easy. Both require you to have a picture in your mind before the ball comes to you. This means you have to be scanning to identify where this defender is, so when you do get the ball, you know where he is, and this will avoid him basically clattering into you without you even knowing. So this will firstly help you stay injury-free, but will also allow you to make your choice of what you want to do a few seconds before you actually get it. And this means that your speed of play increases. So there are two methods, right? I'll teach you the first one, and that is a heavy touch or just a simple touch in front of you. And the way that this works is you literally decide, so you've scanned, you check, you see where he is, you've decided that when the ball comes to you, you're going to take a heavy touch. Because obviously you can't set yourself up for a dribble because he's just going to sprint at you and just clatter into you. He might foul you, but the point is you won't get past him. But if you do this heavy touch, because he's sprinting at you, he's facing you, which means if you take a heavy touch past him or just a touch past him, he won't be able to turn around in time just due to his momentum going towards you. And this is a very, very easy way to beat low-level defenders or most defenders at youth level. And if you guys are playing youth level, please use this strategy. Heavy touches and running will get you past 99% of defenders because they won't be jockeying backwards like a professional would. They will literally just sprint at you, and because of the momentum, you can just go around them easily. And the second method works in a very, very similar way. And instead of taking a touch forward or a heavy touch, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing a first time or second time pass. As we know, he's sprinting towards us, so we don't get loads of time on the ball before he absolutely clatters you. So what you can do is you scan, you have in mind where your midfielder is or whatever player is near you, and you just literally, as soon as the ball comes to you, you play a first time pass. And what this will do is he'll run towards you, and then you play the pass, so he can't tackle you then. But then here's where it comes in. Then you make your run forward, or you make the run at a different angle. You basically make this run, and but again, it works in the same way. Because he has that forward momentum, as you run past him, he won't be able to turn around in time, and then you can start screaming for the 1-2 or the ball over the top, and it's a very easy way to get around this player. The second type of defender is the right defender. These are the types of guys who have watched football, they've watched pros on the TV, and they've based their playing style off them. And rightly so, to be fair, because unlike the aggressive defender, these guys will jockey you because they understand that if they just sprint at you, it leaves a massive gap behind them in which you can just run. But this player will jockey you. He'll jockey you all the way until you take a bad touch, then he will pounce. And while this is the right thing to do, this leaves a massive, massive weakness in their game. Also, as well as this, these are the guys who, they take themselves seriously. They want to be a professional footballer. So in doing so, it does make your challenge a little bit harder because these guys really want to win the ball. So how do we beat them? Well, it's actually very simple, and it's probably the most fun player to play against because you have total control of the situation. So they're going to jockey you, and what this will allow you to do is take your touches forward. So you'll receive the ball, they might be quite close to you, but they're not going to be getting on your toes. They're not going to be stepping on your toes. You can start running towards them. You get a first few touches just for free. And because they're going to jockey you the entire way back to their goal line, basically, you can just run. And as you're gaining ground, eventually they're going to realize, oh, I need to make a tackle. Because obviously they can't just let you run into the goal. So once you approach their box or you approach the byline, somewhere where you're going to perform a cross or a shot, they will go, oh, I need to make a tackle, otherwise they're going to score, or you're going to score rather. So then this is what you do. As soon as you kind of identify this is a risk for this player, that's when you do your skill move. So you dribble, 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 and then as you get close to their goal, you perform your skill move. And for me, my favorite skill moves are step over or just a simple inside touch to an outside touch. And the way that this works is, because you dribble at them, you kind of like angle in. So you go one way, and as you angle in all of that way, they think, oh, he's gonna go this way. So let's say I'm going with my right foot and I'm dribbling towards the middle of the pitch. They think I wanna shoot or cross on my right foot. And then this basically means that you have a free ride to just change foot. And the way that you change foot is with the skill move. So you dribble, dribble, dribble. You effectively are faking that you're gonna go on your right foot, for example. And then you perform a skill move, go on your left foot, and it's a free shot. This is the easiest for me personally. This is the easiest defender to play against if you're an actual good attacker. Obviously, you're going to struggle against the aggressive players because it's just strange. But this defender is effectively, you have total control and you can just take these perfect touches and just dribble at them and get a free skill move and then a free shot. By the way, if you do want to master a skill move, then at the end of this video, one of my new videos will come up where I basically teach you how to master a skill move. It's got the step over in there, it's got all the skill moves in there basically. But also you must remember that with this scenario, it's perfect because it happens time and time again. There'll be a few clips playing right now. But what you'll find is as you get to a high level in football, you basically get in the same scenarios, the same situations. Your teammates recognize patterns. They play the ball out to you at the same time, and you can just get into the same scenario over and over again. And this will help you improve it. So for me, it's taking that right foot dribble, then doing a step over or just a simple touch onto my left foot and then shooting. Provided not every shot's going to go in, but the point is that you will get better and better just simply by doing it in game. You'll get into the same scenario as soon as you get to this high level. Also, I must mention that although that this philosophy and this strategy works, if you have poor technical ability, you won't even be able to get into the position to perform your skill move or to perform your shot, because you need to take these perfect touches. And because this defender is a passive player, all he's doing is waiting for you to take a poor touch. As soon as you take the poor touch, he'll dive in. So if you have bad technical ability and you start dribbling at him, you'll take a bad touch within your first 3 touches. You won't be able to keep the ball close to you. And as soon as he notices that, he's gonna pounce, and this strategy won't work for you. So if you want to solve this, I have a technical masterclass. This is the program that teaches footballers how to control a ball and dribble just like a professional in the exact same method that I have. Obviously, you guys have heard about the technical masterclass before. Go check it out. We've just started weekly calls as well. It'll be the first link in the description. We're actually at 293 members as well, and the program closes down at 300. So if you are interested, go check it out, and it should be closing down very soon to the public, so be quick. The third type of defender is the follower. They've either been told by their coach or their dad to do this, and they'll literally follow you the entire game. So how can you beat them if when you get the ball, they're already standing on your toes? I'm going to teach you something so advanced, but yet so simple at the same time. And it's so good that professionals do this every single game they play. All of the attackers do this. And if you start doing this at a young age, you will impress scouts so much. I can't even begin to tell you how much you impress them. And what it is basically, without a ball, you do a double movement. And the way that this works is you pretend to go one way, then you come back. And the way that this works is the defender will follow you, and then this will buy you a few seconds to just receive the ball to feet without this type of defender just stepping on your toes. And it could also work in the other way. So the first way would be you pretend to go long for the ball as if you want it played over the top. Then you come back to check in and you receive the ball to feet. And then you've got a few seconds to kind of decide what you want to do. If you want to dribble at him, if you want to play a pass, whatever it is, you buy yourself time. And the other way that you would do this is you pretend to go short, so you'll run towards your player who has the ball, then you'll make the run long. And because you've kind of bought the defender in, you've baited him in, you kind of get an extra second to just have the ball for free and just get away from this absolute weirdo who's just following you the entire game. But you have to make it believable. And the way that you would do this is you do a body feint. So you run, and you literally drop your shoulder all the way, then you explode out the other way. And that will buy you a few seconds to just have the ball at your feet or get the ball played in behind. I don't really have any clips of me doing this because it's not really a flex. It's just part of my game, part of the things that I've implemented into my game over the last few years. So there will be some clips of professionals doing it. But There's also another method that you can do with this type of defender, and it's quite a smart one as well. You're not directly gonna improve in a way, like you're not directly gonna be seen as the star man from this. But if any scouts are watching, they will notice this. Parents will not understand this. Parents and like maybe some low-level coaches won't actually understand this. But what you can do is you can just run away. Completely run away from this defender. So let's say, for example, you're playing on the left wing. You can literally just run completely out of position. Obviously, when your team has the ball, you can just run all the way over to the right wing or just run into the middle of the pitch. And because this defender will follow you, it leaves a massive gap in the space that he's left. And if your team are on the same wavelength as you, you will probably have to tell your team about this before or at half time or midway through the game. Just say, this guy's following me, I'm gonna drag him completely out of position. And then you drag this player out of position and it leaves a massive gap for one of your teammates to just exploit and have a free run without anyone even, like, no one will be there. So he just gets a free run all the way across the other side of the pitch, basically, or all the way up the pitch. And this, again, like I said, to coaches, low-level coaches and parents, they might not identify that you caused this whole movement and you caused this, you had the brain to cause this, but trust me, academy scouts and just scouts in general will realize this. They'll see this on the pitch and they'll be like, wow, this player, he's got a brain. Like, this is genuinely a really smart thing to do, and it's a very high level. And also, as a defender myself, because I play left back, obviously I do all the attacking stuff as well, but when I'm defending, if I'm up against a player who will just run away and I've been told to follow him, it's so annoying to play against, because you're having to chase after someone. I'm playing left back and I'm running into midfield to like follow this player. It's incredibly frustrating to play against, and at the very worst, you're going to tire this player out. So when it gets to the 70th minute of the game, 80th minute, you've got basically more legs than him to just run, and he won't be able to keep up because he'll be so tired. Before ending this video, I want to say I hope this has helped, because I wish that I had someone giving me this advice when I was a lot younger, because I would have improved so much faster than the competition. So please take this seriously. Go back and make notes if you haven't already. And the technical masterclass will be linked in the description. If you can't afford the full thing, then there's a free training session as well. It's the same link, but basically as soon as your email is entered, I'll basically send you a free training session, as well as giving you access or the option to access the technical masterclass. There's only a few spots left. The program shuts down very, very soon. It's an absolute game changer. Again, the results already have been unbelievable. For any of you that follow my Instagram, you'll see I'm posting every single day different wins from my students. So the program will shut very soon. There's only 7 spots left. Go sign up and I'll see you in the next video.